Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome to the Tuesday night call-in show where your voices will be heard regarding sister wives or any other topic that we discuss. I have a hard deadline tonight, so I'm only going to be able to go about an hour and a half. So I'm going to ask that folks call in, that you hit your points. I'm going to give everybody 2 minutes so that way we can get in as many people as possible. I'm just going to ask you guys to be respectful of the time, and uh, I might have to give you guys a, a, a note to have folks just kind of wrap it up. Wrap it up. All right. Uh, Without further ado, last week I spent a lot of time, just in case you guys don't want to necessarily talk about sister wives or the episode per se. Last week, talking about the show, I centered on the topic of communication. One of the things that I noticed during the episode is that we had two uh, polar opposites of the effectiveness of communication. One where we had Christine and David having an open dialogue about things that were important. It was things that were important to them, but they were having a discussion basically about how Peyton approaches reality or how he approaches conversation. David was saying that Peyton needs to be more serious and more in touch with his feelings, which is ironic because that's also part of the reason why Christine supposedly likes David, is that he is self-aware and in touch with his feelings. So David is this paragon of self-awareness and emotional intelligence, is saying that we need to get your son up as far as his emotional intelligence IQ so that he can meet and potentially marry or be happy with a partner, right? And Christine is trying to defend it. But they had a conversation where they discussed this issue. They came into it with their own opinions. They came in strong, and they were trying to voice how they felt about the opinion. That's one side of communication and how it helps in relationships, in my opinion. It's not just about communication on how good or how bad the relationship is going, but it's just being able to talk, just being able to share ideas. If I have a perspective, I want you to understand my perspective. I want you to understand where I'm coming from, which requires you to have an interest in what I'm saying and taking the time to listen to what I'm saying, as opposed to trying to figure out what you're going to say next or run your script. The opposite of what we saw was Cody and Robin, where everything is superficially handled, where Cody brings or presents the idea of sex and sexuality, intimacy, physical intimacy, as a way to try to demonstrate how close they are. But as anybody who has been in the world or is over the age of 25 understands, your ability to sleep with somebody doesn't necessarily does not at all demonstrate how close you are as a couple or how intimate you are as a couple. You could literally have the weekend bang banging, back blowing out bonanza and not know that person's last name. You understand what I mean? Like, it's not required for the activity. So it's a cheap way for you to try to demonstrate how close you are by saying how much in love you are, how they make you hot for a teacher, and they get you hot and sweaty and bothered when you see them walk in the room and you can't keep your hands off of them, but you guys can't have a conversation. Because when Robin took the opportunity to voice her concern by saying, "I don't feel comfortable dancing with you," Cody didn't listen to what she was saying. Instead, he ran his script of, "You can't blame me. This is why I do what I do, and we just going to do it anyway. I don't care how you feel about it." And then when she tries to present, why don't we go to a a teacher or a class to learn how to dance with each other, he turned around and said, "I don't want to do that because I already know how to do it." In other words, I don't want to do something and go see somebody who, one, is going to exert authority over me, two, somebody who's going to say that I should stop doing what I want to do and you should just get on board with what I'm doing, which is also echoed when the DSs from Special Forces were talking to Cody and saying the reason why he doesn't get along with his kids is because they wouldn't go along with his plan. The second they decided they weren't going to dance to the music that he was playing, because they're individual autonomous human beings with their own positions, perspectives, and ideas, and they weren't just going to fall in line with his, then because they wouldn't go his way, they had to hit the highway, right? So that was one thing. The second thing that we could talk about, if you don't want to talk about communication and or the show, is we could talk about the idea that this episode has firmly instilled in me, that I get the feeling, I'll get the feeling. I won't say it's like, oh, it's definitely going to happen. I get the feeling that what TLC is doing is they're priming us for the Cody and Robin marriage special or recommitment special. Why do I say that? When you go learn to dance, like these guys could have learned to dance with each other for years, because he's been married to her now for 15 years. And so over the course of 15 years, you never once said, hey, let's go for a dancing lesson. Wouldn't that have been a nice date for the honeymoon couple, the perpetual honeymoon couple, to go out on a date to learn how to dance with each other so that she could actually enjoy dancing with him and be encouraged to dance with him? Wouldn't that have been amazing? But we didn't get that. And there was a lot of talk between Christine talking about her wedding ceremony and how it was when she got married versus Mary pulling up the box and talk about her wedding dress and how he melted the ring down, 3 years later after season 17 when Christine met it. He melted down Mary's ring. That was my story to tell. I go and tell that story myself. I'm just going to wait 3 more seasons to do it. Okay, cool. But she finally gets around to telling that story, and it's all about wedding stuff. And like I said, I think that they're trying to get us primed for wedding stuff. And the excuse that they're going to use for why they're going to film the wedding and why it's so important, I think that both Robin and Cody are going to say the first time when they came out and got married, Robin was marrying the family. And now that they're monogamous, because we have to keep in mind, they've been telling us for the last, 3 seasons now, season 18, 19, and 20, basically 19 and 20, that Cody is all about the last 2 seasons for sure. But we've been watching him for the last 20 seasons. Cody is for sure a monogamous, and he wants to commit to Robin. And this is a new stage or phase in their relationship. And because it's a new stage or phase in a relationship, when they get married or remarried, it's going to be to commemorate their new stage in their relationship, which is them committing to each other, not Robin committing to the Brown family. So we could talk about that. So you have the show, you have communication, or you have the perspective that Sister Wives is going to talk to us about a potential. They're trying to warm us up to the idea that they're going to give Cody and Robin a wedding special. And if they do a wedding special, will you watch it? All right. So here we go. We got I'll give you guys a hot 2 minutes. I'm gonna give you the link. Give me 2 seconds. I gotta put that in the chat. Here's all right. Here's the link. And again, we got 2 minutes. Please be respectful of the other callers. And I'm dropping a link now. And I'm turning the show over to you guys to hear what you have to say. All right. Oh, big shout out. I didn't even do the give me a 1 in the chat. Just make sure you guys can hear me and you can see me. I don't see it. Oh, yikes. I don't see any ones. Guys, drop me a 1 in the chat so that I can be sure. Okay. Thank you, Kathy. I was like, oh, shit. Did I just do that talking for nothing? All right. Thank you, guys. Rosemont Harris. A big shout out to Valadia. I see Danny Towns in the house. What's up? YouTube is my time machine. What's up, player? Jenny Karuki. I think that's right. But here we go with Sharon. Sharon, what you got?
Hey, Brother James, how you doing this evening?
Doing well, doing well.
So listen, I'm wondering if they're going to try to do a double wedding. with Aurora and then Cody and Robin, or do Aurora's and then Cody just come up, mask her, and just do it. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I could see that happening, and I'm gonna tell you, if you didn't believe Robin was manipulating all the way through this, listen, she got him to change his mind about the earrings. She got him to change his mind about the Easter. She got him to change his mind about Christmas. She don't like the way he dances now, and she never said anything about that before. She don't like the way he talks to her kids. She don't like the rough voice he uses or the things he says. Let's be kind and all this kind of stuff. See, she ain't like nothing about him but his money and the money the family was going to get from the show.
I don't disagree. I
I
mean,
mean,
that's the
I
signs are
just straight
telling.
up, I just see it, all the way across the board. And um, over the last couple of episodes, and especially the one where the was talking about the coyote pass money and the thing, I still that just irks me. It used to be the thing of people would say, "Oh, they had to go to a funeral or somebody passed away," and I'd be like, and they really didn't pass away. They took time, they needed time off, and that's what they used as an excuse. See, I'm gonna tell you something right there. Him trying to say that the money from Big G's estate, and that's what I believe it is that's where he's saying that's where the money would have come from, or that's where he would have settled with Janelle about. Dude, that is some sick shit right there. If that's what he's really saying, that's where he thinks he's insinuating that's where it's come from. That is some sick shit right there. Oh, I can't hear you, James. James, I can't hear you. I can't hear you, James.
Yeah. Uh, pardon
I'm
me. I'm
sorry, I
sorry.
couldn't hear you.
No, no worries. I appreciate that. But I'm saying that's some cold customer stuff. When you tell somebody over their dead child, like now we even. In some parts of
Yeah.
the country, that would be what the French call an ass whooping. Like, you know what I mean? Like you get your
Oh
hide
yeah.
tan for that. We gotta meet
I
outside.
I'm gonna
Just
tell you
general
right
principle.
now. I don't know about Janelle, but I'd be coming for him.
Yeah, that'd be
I
general
mean, thick,
principle.
fast, and in a hurry.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna
Cause
have to come see you. Just I mean, it's not even personal at that point. Like it's not even personal. It's not even that I'm mad. It's just something I gotta do just on general principle. GP. I
yeah,
gotta come over there and
exactly.
tear you out. You know?
Well, listen, I might have to have a conversation with David. I mean, if he's going to go ahead to go to Moab with Cody, he might need to take him up there and show him where he proposed to Christine and say, "No, Cody, you're not quite there. Back up just a little bit further. Back up just a little bit further,
Yeah,
bro.
right.
You almost there. You made it, dude. You made
Yeah,
it."
right. I gotta get you in the frame. Just back up a little bit. Your
Yeah,
hair is cut off. You look
yeah.
bald headed. That'll get
Back
him
up
going
just a
back.
little bit more. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then boom, there he goes off the edge.
Yeah, yeah. It's just that would be crazy. I hope I know that's what he did. I know that's what he did. But thank you so
Yeah.
much for calling in. I
Well, I
appreciate you.
have one more thing for you, James. Just one more real
Okay.
quick thing. I seen this on one of the Sister Wife fans club's Facebook thing. They said, what if those letters and somebody wanting to saying they want to join the family is Mary and Jen uh catfishing Cody.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. It'd be
that would
funny.
that would. And Nikki Haverstock and her husband was talking about it with the thing in the jewelry that Mary had and about Cody's ring and how he melted it and all that. And he did some stuff for the kids for the jewelry, and he did a necklace for Mary with the diamonds and everything. And Nikki's husband says, I think his ring must have been about as big as his ego if he did all that with it.
Right, right.
Listen, James, have a good night.
You too. Thank you so much. Awesomeness. Awesome. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Megan trying to get with that first. The that thing about the house. Big G's house. Yeah. That was crazy. All right, next up we got Tanya. But yeah, you know what? I will give because somebody else said too that between that the house and Cody, the way he's acting, like and the way he's begging on Robin, my man's in trouble. But we're gonna bring Tanya up. Tanya, what's going on?
What's going
Miss
on,
Kata,
James?
what's happening?
Not too much. I got in early tonight.
There you go. There you go. You're not playing around. No short.
No, no, no. What was the question?
Well, we had three. You could talk about the show, like if there's any issues from the show, communication, and or the prospect that they're warming us up to the idea that they're going to do a recommittal ceremony or wedding special for Robin and Cody.
I absolutely think they're going to do a recommittal wedding special, and here's why.
Uh-oh.
This last week, whenever, like you say, why are we pulling out wedding photos, talking about wedding dresses, all this kind of stuff? But what was interesting to me was whenever the producers asked Robin, um, something like, how did you think your wedding went, or were you happy with your wedding? However they asked it, and that grimace face she gives, and they cut back to her big wedding, and I'm sitting there thinking Robin had the biggest wedding out of all three of the wives. She had TLC went big. They went for days on that, the whole, I think almost 2 seasons leading up to that wedding. And she had this big wedding thing. For her to sit there and somehow play victim. And well, I don't know. I mean, I accomplished what I wanted to with the family, I guess. Like she somehow she still is the victim when she got the biggest wedding extravaganza of all the women. She's still the victim. Right then and there, I was like, yeah, she wants another wedding. And she wants it to just be because all of this failed and now it's just her and Cody and it just doesn't feel like, their marriage is real because it's based on a lie. She wants another wedding.
Well, because that's the thing too, is that I can see that being the case because, like I said, the whole idea that when she got married the first time, she's going to say, "Well, I tried to include the other wives and make it special for them because I was joining their family, and it wasn't that I was marrying Cody; I was marrying all of them." And
Hmm.
so now that we're in this new phase of our relationship, I want to be married to Cody.
Right.
And I want it to be all about me and Cody. So that's why we need this. We're not just doing this to do it. We're doing this as a recommitment to our love and to establish that this is the way it's going to be me and him moving forward. So yeah.
Absolutely. Because when she'll say, guarantee it, when she looks back at that wedding, it's depressing to her.
Mm,
That's probably a part of the series of depression that she was going through because that's a marriage when she looks back, that's a failed marriage and that was a commitment that obviously nobody was serious about but her.
right.
And it's just too painful. And so it's almost like her and Cody aren't married.
Right, right, right. Yeah, exactly. That's a really good point. But because that's the other part that she's been seeding into us the whole time, how painful it is that
Hmm.
she can't deal with Cowdy Pass and she can't bear to let it go and she can't look at it anymore because it caused so much pain. And she
And
can't
you
go to the
remember,
land because it hurts too much to be there, and she can't sell the land because it hurt too much to give it up.
it's all too painful. And you remember when
Mm,
she said, when Christine was leaving, and Christine was like, I don't need a divorce from the church. I'm already divorced. I'm already divorced from Cody. And you remember Robin said, well, then what does that make our relationships? If Christine can just leave that easy and just say, I'm divorced from Cody, what does that make our relationship? So she doesn't see herself as married to Cody, really,
mm,
unless they have another wedding,
right, right. Even though she's the legal wife.
even though she's a legal
And
wife.
that, matter of fact, that's another thing. I gotta let you go, but that's another thing because they put the. Remember when they were doing a legal wedding, and he insisted that they weren't going to have a reception
Hmm.
for for them to get remarried as a legal wedding. He's going to say that was the biggest mistake of my life. I should have had the
Absolutely.
reception to celebrate us, but we're going to do that now because this is my wife, this is my lady, and we're monogamous now. Like that's going to be the whole. Like
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
gave up so much for these ungrateful women,
right, right.
and now they have to do it right.
Exactly, exactly.
That's hilarious. But I'll let you go.
All right, thank you so much, Tanya. I appreciate you.
All right.
All right, all right, guys. That was on me. I pulled Tanya a little longer, but yeah, yeah. And here's a question. I'm gonna put this in the before I bring Megatron up. And guys, that we have room. Don't feel shy because I have to leave. Well, not early, but because it's still gonna be an hour and a half. But Don't feel shy about calling in. But we have let me ask this poll question, and then we're going to call Megatron up. Will you watch the wedding special? Well, I'll say watch Cody and Robbins. Like, I know there's some people here. I think Jody Periscala and a few other people, I think even Wendy, had confessed that they're not even watching the season currently. I don't know. I think there's a couple other people who've already said they're not even watching a regular show, much less a wedding special. But will you watch, if they air this, how many people are going to watch that wedding special? Watch Cody and Robbins. I'll say, instead of will you watch, I'll say would you watch? Yeah, I'm curious. I want to run this poll and see how folks feel about it. They'll be like, hell to the no when I watch this. Are you nuts? So go ahead and answer that poll. The poll's up there. It's at the should be pinned at the top. All right, we're about to call Megatron up, but before we do, let me hit these. We got some super chats that came through. We got Maria H. James, you should do a poll to see who will watch or not watch a wedding special. Hey, Marie, $5 super chat. And we on the same page. We on the same damn page. Yep. Like, just hit the poll there. Thank you, Marie. Appreciate you. Told you, great minds think alike. Love it. Love it. See? You guys just got to watch the confluence of consciousness. You know? But thank you so much. Let me give you a little something. Hot damn, Marie H. Then we have Jody Periscala, $9.99 super chat. I say, I have a good story. My dad took off with his younger woman. Whoa. They married without anyone. She booted him and now has a lonely old man. Now he's a lonely old man. Never made amends with us kids. You know what? It's hard to come back when you do some dumb shit. Sometimes, because it's not only the fact that you did something that's horrendously offensive by walking out on your family, but you have to recognize and be reminded of the fact that you did something horrendous and the shit didn't even work out. So you made two mistakes. First mistake is three mistakes. First mistake is getting involved with somebody outside of your committed relationship. First mistake. Second mistake, leaving your committed relationship and abandoning your family for said bad idea of messing around with somebody, right? That's second mistake. Third mistake is the fact that the shit didn't work. It didn't work. So now, not only do you have to apologize for leaving, but you also have to eat crow on the fact that you did something that was dumb and it didn't work. So now you got to come back with your tail between your legs, which is always going to be hard too, depending on their personality, whether they can accept that responsibility or accountability, because they also have to acknowledge that, you could come to the conclusion as the offended party that the only reason why your ass came back is because the shit didn't work. Because that would always be a question. Did you come back because you realized the error of your ways, you missed me? Or did you come back because she kicked your ass to the curb? And now you just looking for a place to land. I mean, that is you didn't think you did something wrong. You just realized it didn't work out. And now you got to apologize. But yeah, that is a crazy story. And that actually, Jody Periscala, that is actually something I'm going to address on the newish format that we're going to start rolling out into the channel. It'll be stuff like that where I talk about those kind of things. Because that's not an isolated incident. It's not an isolated incident at all. But yeah. But thank you so much, Jody. And again, that is one of the things that people be doing, and it's dumb as hell. Like you abandon your family, you blow your family up. thinking that grass is always greener on the other side. Yeah, it's greener when you standing in your yard because you don't see all the potholes, all the ditches, all, all the mistakes that they made in that grass. Grass going 3-4 different ways because it's crazy grass, right? But you leaving your finally cured, maybe it's not perfect. Your lawn ain't perfect, but there is a thing where people used to say, why don't you worry about cleaning your house before you worry about what's going on in somebody else's? Why don't you take care of and make your yard what you want it to be instead of trying to find a new yard to go play in? You know what I mean? If you can make your marriages work, why not make your marriage work as opposed to you trying to scrap that because it's not perfect and jump onto somebody else who appears to be perfect, but not realizing the only reason they appear to be perfect is maybe they don't have some of the issues that your first relationship have. That's because they got a whole nest of new issues that you're going to have to figure out and deal with. So there's that. But thank you so much, Jody Periscala. Then we had a $1.99 super chat from Katie. No message, just the love. Let me give you a little something, Katie. All right. Then we had another message from Katie, 99-cent super chat. Thank you so much, Katie. I appreciate you. It's awesome. No message, just the love. Dropping them down. Let's go. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. Next up, we have Megatron coming to the stage. Megatron,
hey, James. Hey, my tech family. What's up?
How's it going?
Man, it's cold as I don't know what out here. Woo!
Yeah, it is.
It's cold.
So chill up there too. So I got
Yes. I said, Lord, I stepped out this morning. I got tears in my well, I was not anticipating that. But yeah, I said, let me call in because I had to dip on y'all Saturday because my folks just kept calling. They kept calling. They wouldn't leave me alone.
Okay.
I couldn't finish out, but so it wasn't. I really did. It wasn't a whole lot on this episode. I kind of zeroed in on a few little things. But did anybody see Mary's neck? It looked like a vampire got a hold of Mary. I said, okay, Amos, because I think when they was filming this is when she was dealing with Amos, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Like, okay, Mary done got her groove back because her neck was ate up. I don't know if anybody else peeked that.
I didn't see it, but I'll take your word for it.
Her neck, I was like, okay, hickey. She had a whole line of hickeys going around there. I said, okay, girl. And that was one of the things I picked up on this episode. And what's up with all the... If I have to watch Cody and Mary's dancing wedding video one more time, I think I'm gonna just commit a crime because why it was like 20 minutes of their wedding reception. So I figured they're either gearing up for a Cody Robin vow renewal or he trying to get on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, you know what?
Isn't that the same network as Fox?
Yes, I think
so. So he's on Special Forces, and then it would just make more sense that he tries to get on Dancing with the Stars.
He could try. It's actually ABC.
Oh, okay, they're ABC. Okay, I wasn't sure, but I was like, what's up with all the ballroom dancing and like, what is he, Masked Singer or Dancing with the Stars? Like, what is he? Who he auditioning for? Who he trying to show? Like, hey, see, I can be a good boy and listen and follow directions. It's like he's almost trying to say, hey, look, see, I can do it. I can do it.
Right.
I was like, Or him and Robin's trying to get that special, that wedding special, which I will not be watching.
I hear.
I said, Mouse, the Lord look like the Grinch. No, I ain't watching her. I sure ain't. They didn't want to watch the first marriage. I know doggone well I ain't gonna watch this one. And she knows she ain't because Mary, what's her name? Robin is using them kids to keep Cody out of off her ass and out of that room. Because when he was talking about the kids in and out, oh, they would just want to come get conversations with mom. I was like, yeah, she probably laying there texting. As soon as you start rubbing on the booty, she gonna shoot a quick text to one of the kids. Hey, come to my room real quick.
Right, right.
Oh, well, Cody, the kids. I need to talk to the kids. I'm sorry.
Well,
So
I
those
mean,
are really the only things I really picked up from this episode.
yeah, yeah. No, I mean, even to the fact of them coming into the room, I thought that was a little disturbing because they're too old to be coming just walking into adults' rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
go for that shit. Like, I mean, I get it. Like, if you want your kids to be able to feel like they can come to you if there's an issue, I'm all good with that shit. But you know what I mean? If my door is closed, you gotta learn to knock.
That's
Uh,
right.
and
Right.
it's not even like, oh, you just being an asshole. No, it's teaching them boundaries.
Boundaries.
You just can't
I
walk.
remember, James, we couldn't even, I remember going to my parents' room maybe 2-3 times when I was young. That's
Mm,
it.
yeah, I mean,
You didn't go in there. You know.
because when we were
You,
kids, my parents they didn't mind you being in a room. Like if the door was open, because they also had the big TV, like in their room. So they had a good TV with the controller. What we used to call a controller. But so sometimes we used to go up there and be fancy when they were away. And we were also kids that our parents could go places and we would be home.
gotcha.
But if we were in their room, you don't touch shit, you don't go through shit. You sit there, you watch what you're doing, right? You do the show or whatever, then you get up and leave. If they're in the room and the door is open, you could go in there and have a conversation. Hey, mom, dad, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. Chop it up. But if that door is closed, you knock on the door. I don't care if the lock's on the door or not. You knock on the door,
Right.
the door is closed. That means that they want privacy.
Right.
They want time to themselves. They could be in there, doing stuff that would scar you as a child for life, or they could just simply be in there changing their clothes,
Right. Right.
ducking and dodging and jumping behind shit because your kid don't know how to knock on a damn door. Like that's ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
Like they're
Especially for the
knocking,
big ages. I mean, these ain't no 3 and 4-year-olds. These kids are
right,
all what, 10 and above?
right. They damn near teenage. Matter of fact, Solomon is let me see. I'm gonna look it right up right now.
He's about what, 14, 15?
Yeah, he's the same age as Truly, just
It's
about.
truly because I think she's 15, going on 16.
Mm.
So he should be 14, going on 15.
Yeah, he's 14 and she's only 2 years behind him, so she's at least 12. She's preteen.
Yeah. So like these big ages that I'm just sitting here saying, I bet you anything in the world she's texting those kids to come in there to keep Cody away from her. And then
Right.
he's because she know he don't have no patience, so he gonna get frustrated and go find something else to do. And then she
Yeah,
can hurry up, go to sleep.
because that's crazy as hell. Because even with and being a dad to a young lady, like even a son, like you want them to respect you, and then they learn to develop that sense or at least that boundary of respect for themselves. So the same way you come and knock on my door is closed, you come and knock on my door to come into the room. When you have
Yeah.
your door closed and you change your clothes, I'm gonna knock the door. I'm not just gonna bust in on my daughter. You know what I
Right.
mean? Even when she was younger, I wouldn't just go busting in her room like, oh, I heard the water stop. Let me go in there and see what she's doing. Like that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like she has to be able to feel secure and comfortable in her space. And
Yeah.
at 12 years old, she's right around the corner. Like she's already hit puberty. You know what I mean? When
Right.
your body start to change, getting hair in funny places, all of a sudden you start liking people, right, in a different kind of way. You get certain urges. Like, so no, like you got to teach them that, like,
Yeah.
that you got to teach them boundaries. Because
Yeah.
otherwise, it's just
I
gonna
don't,
be
yeah, that gave me such ick vibes when he was just, and it was just like, oh yeah, the door's open for the kids all the time. And I'm like, huh?
yeah, that's nasty.
But I remember it was an episode, maybe 2 seasons ago, because Ariella was still sleeping with them.
Right, right. Which
And
is
I'm
crazy
like,
too. You're too old for
that's
that
crazy. She's too big.
shit. Right.
So I
You
was
got
like, yeah,
that's
that was
nasty.
really the only things I picked up on though, this show. And then Robin told on herself, she was like, I accomplished my goal. Yeah, she secured the bag. Got him.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Robin. She told on us, and then she tried to change it up. Well, making sure that the whole family was included and everything. That ain't what you meant, Robin. You accomplished your goal. You got the man married to you. You got him stuck. And I
Right,
want to say, no, she wasn't pregnant with Saul. Then no, she wasn't pregnant. But it wasn't too long after that she did get pregnant with him.
right, right. Well, I mean, I can tell you that. Hold on a second. Uh,
Oh yeah, because they
let's
said Ari stays up all night, but then they say Robin stayed up. But who was it? The cousin or somebody said that her and Cody was locked in the room all day. She would get up, and I think some of the kids have mentioned that Robin's house sleep in all day and they stay up all night. Because I want to say it was maybe Aurora or Brianna that looked at Gwen or Isabel when they was talking about the one house.
mm,
And Aurora, I don't know who was it was either Isabel or Gwen was like, well, no, because we go to bed kind of early. Robin's they're night owls. We rise early. They sleep in. And I think it was Brianna that kind of gave her that stank face look like, bitch, I know you ain't talking.
right.
So I'm like, yeah, it's just weird though.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, yeah. But thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate it.
All
Yeah.
right,
All
y'all.
right. Have a great night. Good points though. Yeah, Megatron brought up. Look, that whole thing is weird as hell to me too. But next up we have Caramel Cuties. Hold on one second. I can't imagine sleeping. Uh, you know, again, Aurora told her aunt that they were always locked in a bedroom in Vegas. So if the door is open, it's because Simon wants it open. You gotta be able to have like you gotta have boundaries. You gotta have boundaries. You know, and like I said, you don't want your kids walking in and Cody's, he's begging Robin and he come out the shower dripping. It's nasty. Just saying. Coming to the stage, we got Caramel Cuties. Caramel Cuties, what's going on?
Hey James, hey my take family. How you doing on this random Tuesday? No, I'm kidding. I know it's a holiday. Just feels good to be able to call in early and not be in the car for once. But
Right.
you giving me visuals of Cody that I'm not even trying to have. You're gonna have me have nightmares tonight. Uh, but to answer your question, I think they are trying to gear us up for the Robin and Cody wedding 2.0.
Hmm.
But my question back to you would be, who would all be in attendance? Like outside of their kids and maybe the 5 or 6 relatives of Robin's who don't mind being on camera.
Right. Well, see,
Like
that's
nobody gonna show up. They don't talk to none of the kids, none of the other families. So who the hell would show up to this so-called wedding 2.0 because she was so, distraught that the first one didn't go exactly to how she wanted it to go.
well, because you would have the because now you actually have more. The door is wider, open wider. The tent is bigger because the first time they were married, it was polygamy, and they couldn't invite people because they would be associated with polygamy. So even the
Mhm.
polygamous families didn't want to be filmed or show up to the first wedding. Whereas with this second wedding, he could have like they could fill it up with people who would support a monogamous relationship. Like we probably won't see any of the like central cast or even the OG 13, but we'll see like the well actually I don't know, we'll probably see some of the kids too because I can see Logan and them showing up, um maybe Hunter, because those are the two kids I think he's still talking to
Barely.
because they did make reference that when Cody posted on special forces, like each week he posts something about special forces, and they say that Logan had responded to one of the texts like, so proud of you, dad.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that one either, where or how that would work. But
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean,
I wouldn't tune in. I'm gonna say that off the rip. I'm not tuning in. But at the end of the day, if they want to do one, knock yourself out. I don't see the ratings. Like, I don't see how the network would think that would pull in more ratings than, let's say, Christine, Maddie, Aspen, or even McKelty's weddings. Like,
mm,
at this point, they're so far gone. That's not going to save the show. It damn sure isn't going to be the segue into the Robin and Cody spinoff on their own. If anything, I think that's gonna really tank the numbers because so many people gonna protest watching.
Right. Right.
Like the fact that you focus more on, even if it's monogamy, like you're more focused on you and Robin and trying to recreate this whole thing between him and Robin. But at the end of the day, like you should be focused on getting right with your kids, getting those relationships back in order. And the fact that he hasn't, all this has been recorded well over a year ago. It's like, come on now, dude.
Mm.
And Robin, I don't think she's still 100% in with Cody. I think she's trying to find her way out. And if she just, stacking her coins and figuring it out to say, hey, her escape route, she looks absolutely miserable with him.
Yeah.
There's no more, she called herself the family scapegoat. But at the end of the day, it's like you were the main one in his corner encouraging him to act like an idiot and do the things that he did with the rest of his family. And now that all of them have walked the hell out, you left with the monster you helped create. And so I don't feel bad for her. Like, I feel like this is your karma, boo. You're going to have to sit in it for a bit because you had no problem with him dogging everybody else out to get everything that you needed and wanted. And now that everybody's gone, you left to deal with what you've helped create. So,
Right. Right.
yeah, the shy, pretty wife act ain't working no more. We've all caught on to the fact that she's just absolutely annoyed. And yeah, I'd be embarrassed too by him if he was dancing anywhere near me. I'd lead a dance floor. Like, go ahead and look like an idiot by yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, here's the results. Let me give the results for the poll real quick. What the hell's that? Oh, okay. what was that? Here are the results for the poll. I'll leave it open for a little bit longer. But so far we had 82 votes. Would you watch Cody and Robin's wedding special? 16% of you said yes. 84% of you said no. That's not even a no. That's kind of a hell no. So I think that is one of the benchmarks that the fan base, if you guys are so interested in doing it, I think I very well may take the position that we shouldn't watch it or designate like just have the content creators watch it, watch them their recaps of it. I don't know, but I can tell you now what they're going to say, and I think that it's disrespectful at this point because there's no real buy-in to their relationship, no organic buy-in to their relationship. I think it's
Mhm.
disrespectful if TLC tries to force that onto us. Basically, I feel like Robin, when she's having a conversation with Cody about dancing, and she says she don't like it, and Cody just say, "Well, you gonna do it anyway." That's how I feel like TLC is trying to do us.
Right. I
I
agree.
have no interest in watching Cody and Robin get married. Well, you gonna watch it anyway. We gonna put it out, and you gonna watch it because we gonna put it out. So just shut up and take it. Like I'm not about that life.
But I think it's gonna backfire because I don't necessarily know if production thinks like, hey, we're either gonna show that this is an amazing monogamous relationship and we're gonna segue into the next set of spinoffs if necessary,
Mhm.
or if they may feel like that's gonna bring viewers back to liking Cody and Robin again and maybe rear it up for where they're at in their life now for us to continue watching. Me personally, I may have one more season because this one is going real slow, real dry,
Mhm.
real, ugh. You know what I mean? Like Sunday nights, I'm fighting myself to stay awake just to watch it. But I don't see how that would work in the network's favor or even in Cody and Robin's favor because nobody likes it. And
Right.
to
Right.
watch monogamous, whether they pull another wife in or not. Like, if I wanted to watch something like that, I keep watching Seeking Sister Wives. There'd be no point me watching the show.
Right.
I'm just
Which,
not seeing where that would correlate when it comes to the fans, and fans equal dollars and money bags in their pockets. So if that's what they're doing, like I can honestly see if it was pushing for Aurora and her getting married, okay, that makes sense. But for another Robin and Cody wedding, this will make three
right.
since the show started.
Well, it's
We go
the
through it.
I think Robin and Cody could pitch it when they pitch it to the network. I think they're going to pitch it to the network that eventually they want to have Aurora's wedding on camera, Aurora and Brianna's wedding on camera.
Hmm.
But in the interim, this is something that they can do because they're not ready. Like with Brody, I don't think Brody's ready to marry her yet.
Nah, he not.
Yeah, he ain't ready for that. Because as quiet as it's kept, that's I guess something we can talk about too. We have space if somebody wants to call in. If you don't mind staying on, Carmel, I mean that's cool.
No, I don't mind. Not at all. I
Okay.
sent my daughter to go drop my son off in practice. Told you I'm at home today after
There you
4
go.
o'clock.
There you
So
go.
it's
Not
an
fighting
amazing feeling.
traffic. Not fighting traffic. But
Yeah.
with the whole thing with the two of them with Brody, as much as Cody is like, well, you got to ask to come into my family, and I got to judge to see if you're worthy of my daughter's hand. Like the reality of it is that when I go over, especially the way I used to approach it, when I went and met people that I was dating or I was seeing, and I met their people, I
Hmm.
was making assessments too. I was also judging whether this is something I could do. So it
Right.
wasn't just about me going there to impress them. Hopefully they putting their best foot forward too, because I realized that if I'm with this person, I'm with their family.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and Cody asking them crazy ass, you ready to protect her from yourself? Like I'm some kind of dog or something? Like I'm a rabbit ass dog? Gotta protect her from myself like I'm Jekyll and Hyde or the Incredible Hulk and I'm about to say Bill Bixby. Show him age. Bruce Banner. You know what I mean? like
I don't understand how much prep work went into them prepping Brody for, my dad's kind of crazy. He may do this, he may do that. Like I could, as kids, when you bring certain
yeah,
people around your family, you have that crazy family. You got to
right,
give them the A through Z category of, okay, my uncle, he gonna try to pull a rabbit out of a hat. He gonna grab a coin from behind your ear, act like that's the best joke and magic trick you've seen in your life. My grandma gonna
right,
offer you food. Don't say no because it offends her. Then she gonna talk mess all night. Like I can only imagine what Aurora had to do before telling her, like, hey, first off, it's cameras at the house, it's a whole camera crew. So you have to act like they're not there and don't look directly into the lens. And then my dad's going to be a fool. Like, I can only imagine the prep that went into it for him to show up just to hear Cody be Cody, just to
mm,
hear Cody say the crazy crap that he said. And then to go home to your own family and be like, Mom, Dad, I don't know if I need to keep dating this girl because the dude that I just met that's her daddy, like I don't know because I may say something wrong and then we might have to fight and then y'all gonna have to jump in and then it's gonna be a problem. So,
right,
but no,
right.
I mean he a rancher, so I'm sure he knows how to handle stuff like that. But I don't know. He seemed like he might fit in with them some kind of weird way, but
Right. Well, I mean, he seemed nice enough. He seemed respectful enough. In fairness, he seemed like he was digging on Aurora. I want to
hmm
say Brianna, but Aurora.
nah.
Yeah.
Brianna's Robin Jr. I can't see her
Oh,
with a steady boyfriend no time soon.
yeah, and that's
And
the problem. Like that, this is TLC. I'm looking right at you. Interns, I know you're here. Look, this is the problem with trying to reintroduce them to the audience right now. I've been watching the show. I watched season 1, episode 1, and at this point, I probably watched these episodes a few times. And I'm telling you right now, it's crazy that I don't even really for sure know the difference between Aurora and Brianna.
mm,
You know what I mean? Name wise. Like that is crazy. And part of the reason why is because they've been sub characters this whole time. And now you guys are trying to promote them to make them main characters, put them in main characters or main cast positions. And I have no idea who these people are.
prior
You know?
to a lot of the what are those? The couch confessionals.
Mhm.
Excuse me. When the kids were younger, and like Christine said in her book, they didn't allow the kids to do like one-on-one interviews when it came to the couch confessions.
Right.
So when they were younger, I don't remember Aurora and Brianna really saying much when it was all the kids on the couch together. Yeah, there was that episode where I guess Gwen had pulled Brianna's hair and she just started crying out of nowhere. And Gwen's like, well, I said I was sorry when they were little. But
Right.
up until, what was that, season 18, 19, where all of a sudden Brianna becomes her mother and turns on the waterworks, Robin and Cody have kind of kept them shielded a little bit. Like that, like you said, they weren't really in front of the cameras all that much. And then now it's like you're trying to hurry up and scurry them to be in front of the cameras. We don't know y'all.
Right.
Stranger
Right.
danger. Like, we don't know who y'all are. Like, and it's, to me, it's uncomfortable seeing them on camera the way they are because one, I feel, and I could be wrong, like they were coached into saying all that they needed to say. Brianna putting on the extra tears, crying extra hard. Well, I grew up with them, and we were family. Like, for real, when you walk right past your so-called sister at school, damn near daily, like, get the hell up out of here.
Right.
I just, it's performative to me, and I ain't buying it. I'm sorry. And if that offends somebody that I'm talking about Robin's older adult children, so be it. Just be offended because I'm not taking it back.
Right. Right. Well, I mean, they're adults. And again, I look on the channel, just so folks aren't thinking that somehow Karma Cuties is stepping out of bounds. Here, I can get it. So if somebody disagree with me, you can call up and blast me out. That's the kind of channel I run. These are adults. They choose to be on the show. Like, I don't really support going after minors, and I don't really support going after because they don't choose to be on the show. That's not a decision for them. That's a decision somebody else is making for them. And going after kids is kind of crazy anyway. But these are adults, and they're choosing to be on the show. They're choosing to participate, and they're choosing to give their opinion. So they can get it too. I mean, you can get it too. If you do something wrong, you do something crazy, you can catch what? Just don't stand too close. And that's the thing too. Don't sit there and support a bunch of foolish shit from foolish people because you might mess around and catch a stray.
Quickly, quickly.
You
I don't
know?
know. I just, even with the whole, oh, the kids keep you up all night. Now, don't get me wrong. I tell you all the time. Me and my children have movie nights. We watch, they'll come cuddle and get in my bed with me or whatever else. But I am a single woman. Ain't
Mhm.
no man in my bed at night. If it were, when that door is closed, you need to knock. If that door is locked, you need to knock. Matter of fact, if it's locked, don't even knock because that means I'm probably in here doing something you don't need to see or know any doggone way.
Right, right.
But,
None of your business is what's happening in
right, right.
what you
So
doing, none of your business.
when it comes to her probably calling them up, texting them up, being like, hey, why don't y'all come in here and come talk to me real quick? Your dad getting on my nerves or whatever. The fact that they are old enough to be out and on their own, at least the oldest three are. And why are you not getting sleep because you up all night talk? Because I know one got a boyfriend, so I'm sure she not, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure she not in your room all night chit-chatting with you. She may go to her own room, go talk to her man for a little bit.
Right.
So the other ones are
If she
probably
ain't
the ones running
dipping
in
out a
and out.
window.
Right, right. But I mean, and I'm gonna just touch this subject as gently as I can when I say this. They don't teach their kids boundaries.
Mm.
And we know this because we've seen it on camera. When Ariella was touching on Christine's chest or whatever else, even her coming home saying all the stuff that she did on her first day at kindergarten. So if they're not teaching them boundaries, they're not gonna know, like, hey, the door closed means this, or even after a certain hour, maybe we need to leave mom and dad alone, give them their
Mm.
privacy. Let's just go to our own room or whatever. And so because they don't teach their kids boundaries, this is the end result that you end up with. But I don't think Robin sees it as a problem. Cody
Right.
does. You know what I mean? He sees it as a distraction, of course, because he wants to be all up under her. And at this point, she's not in the mood for any of that. So it
Right.
seems like they're coming to a, what's that, an impasse in their relationship. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
she has to kind of figure out other ways to deal with him without directly coming out and saying, look, I don't like you, stay the hell off me, get away
Right.
from me.
Well, here's the thing though, because I agree with I agree wholeheartedly with what you're saying. And I think that boundaries are important because how do you send they're gonna get like at some point if they have roommates, they have to learn to be able to knock. People have to be able to exist. They have to be able to coexist with people. If you know, just works better if you have boundaries. But even beyond that, I completely disagree because I'm not invalidating a point that was made earlier. I think Megatron made it about them, texting down the hallway to get your child to come in there because you want to keep this dude off you. If you want
Hmm.
him to stay off you, tell him to get the hell up off you. You don't
Right.
involve your kids and use your kids as an obstacle, a hurdle, or as a distraction to keep somebody off of you. You do that because your kids shouldn't even be involved in your relationship. I mean, because I'm
Right.
saying keep them out of the bedroom when you guys are doing the freaky deaky. But at the same time, if you guys are arguing, fussing, and feuding, you keep your kids out of that. Your kids shouldn't know nothing about your arguments and this. They're going to know. But you should be
Well,
trying to pull them in the middle of what you think about that. Ain't that right,
right.
Solomon? She ain't shit. Tell her. Tell your mama she ain't shit. Like that, no.
But even
You
even
know?
having arguments and earshots of your kids, I feel as a parent you shouldn't do. Anytime I have
Right.
arguments with folks, I'm doing it outside of the house, away from my kids' ears. One, because my opinion of the other parent is my opinion, and it should never roll off onto my children to where now it becomes their opinion.
Right.
And I feel like it's apparent that they don't do this in their parenting because, again, you have at the time what a 5, 6 year old hollering, just have dates. How the hell would she even know
Yeah.
that daddy needs to have dates with some of the other wives if these aren't things that are being discussed in her earshot? So,
Right. Or
you know,
even
I'm
a
not
solution to said problem.
right. I'm
Like, cause
I'm
that's
not
not a
downing
solution.
their
She can't know that.
parenting. I feel it is a little different. It ain't nothing I would personally do. But you know that when it comes to that, then I don't know.
Yeah.
When it comes to them as a couple is one thing. When it comes to them as being parents is another. All of it can be frustrating because we watch it on camera, and of course we all have our opinions about it. Which is, it's. I'm not saying having an opinion is a wrong thing, but mm, I don't know. They irritate me. So I'm trying to be nice about this whole topic without truly saying how I feel because they just
Mm,
irk me. And I feel like no matter what storyline that those two come up with, in the back of my head, I'm like, it's bullshit, 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 bullshit. Pardon y'all, cover y'all ears. But I don't see where the whole Sister Wives as a whole, even though now we're broken off into technically four separate families, even though Janelle and Christine can be merged as one big family now, because that's where the bulk of everybody is. But you have Mary and Jen, Robin and Cody, Christine and David, and by way of Janelle and her and all the children.
right.
So once they sell Coyote Pass, where's the show going?
That's what I was saying last season. Like I don't know what, because even this season is a little. I think part of the reason why this season is so dry, because ultimately they have no reason to contact each other. Like you guys
At
are
all.
not. It shouldn't be even be like even with Coyote Pass, it's really not that deep. Because if you want to drag me out, I called you. We go and buy some land or piece of property together, real estate together, and I'm calling you to find out about our business, and you won't return my phone calls. Then once I hire a lawyer, I'm down for the conversation, the meetup, the hookups, and all that stuff. But the minute you stop responding back to me, and I hire a lawyer, and I put that $1 down because you're paying for that. This is not like a car accident where you don't get if you don't get paid, they don't get paid. They get
Right.
paid. Get paid for the consultation, they get paid for the retainer, and you constantly filling that damn tank, writing them checks so that they can draft motions, put in petitions, this, that, and other. So once I start spending money on shit, we ain't talking no more. The conversation's over. My
Done.
lawyer's taking care of it because that's what I'm paying his ass all this money to do. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't even like. There's really no reason why they're even meeting and talking now
And
because they
even
all
that was
have
awkward.
lawyers.
Like he's trying to talk like they've just been best buds and catching up all of a sudden.
Right.
Oh, Zola, look at your dog. And have you heard jokes? Cody, come
Yeah.
on now.
Tell me a joke. Like, bitch, I ain't here to entertain you.
You are a joke. Look in the
I'm here
mirror.
about my
Like,
money. That's
right.
you know what I mean. I ain't here to make it. What I look like a clown?
That part. That whole part right there. I
Put a
just,
smile on your face. I'm about to
I'm
turn
not
you.
seeing overall where this is going. And it's
Yeah.
week after week, I think we nail bite and try to sit, but I feel like they give us the bulk of the episode and the previews every week anyway. So once we
Mm,
tune in, it's kind of like, oh, that was a cool soundtrack.
yeah.
As
Yeah.
they segue from one to the other, like, oh, what song is that? That was some cool music. Like that's the highlight of the episode. Like, Robin and Cody dancing, like, still,
Yeah, yeah. Well,
like,
because
it's
I
all
think
cheesy to me.
it's the problem is that the like I talked about it before as far as stakes, like that what makes a thing important or relevant is when it's tied to something important. So
Hmm.
if Cody was like, if say there was like we were watching like a long term thing, and I'm just spitballing, but we were watching a long term thing, and maybe there was a point where Robin got sick and she wasn't going to be able to walk again, and then she went through therapy, and then he's like, well, you know what? I always the whole time that she was going through therapy is with the end goal that they were going to be able to dance together because that meant so much to her at the wedding or whatever the hell it was. And then you have a natural buy-in, and that wedding, watching them dance at that point means something other than just an activity. It's not
Hmm.
just something they're doing. There's a deeper meaning to it. There's a buy-in. And I think that what they're doing now, everything that they're doing, all the activities that they have that they're showing us don't have any emotional buy-in. Like for instance, the divorce. When
Hmm.
Cody divorced Mary so that he could marry Robin, we all knew the reason why that was so crazy is because we knew that that marriage was important because to Mary because it defined who she was as a person and who she was in the family. And he
Right.
was stripping that away from her. It was also crazy to us because without them saying it, we knew that Robin was selfish as hell. And she specifically came into the family. She always kind of had the gold digger vibes. And now he's about to turn over the keys to the castle and make the entire family vulnerable to her because he puts his name on everything and all the money flows through him. And now he's about to give her the key to the damn Fort Knox. You know what
Right.
I mean? The passcode to Fort Knox. So when we watch that, part of the reason why people talk about that and it has such a reverent space in Sister Wives commentary or so on and so forth is because of how much it meant. It wasn't just the fact that he married Robin, it was what that all entailed. He divorced Mary and married Robin. It's what it all entailed. And that's what
Yeah.
they're missing. Like nobody who gives a shit that they dancing. I don't care. What does it
Right.
mean? You know, what
Right.
what does this mean? You know what I mean?
I
And
just,
I think that's
I'm
most
not,
of the show now.
I'm not sure as they sit down and script out whatever the storylines are supposed to be per
Mm,
character for the show, right? Because that's how I'm looking at them now. Like they're all just characters. And
right.
Mary's character, I don't even have enough time in the day or energy to even start speaking on Mary's shit. But Mary's character is kind of like, well, she's looking for love and she's trying to redefine herself and finally fully what is it, worthying up. So she's getting rid of Cody. But boo, you should have done all that years ago.
Yeah.
Like randomly looking through a bin and oh look, what's that on top? And it's yeah, again, y'all playing in our faces like we're fools and we're not. The Cody and Robin characters, like, okay, so now after, like you said, 15 years of marriage, you're finally gonna go take him dancing? Like to learn how to dance with you, like boo. But we've all seen videos leaked of y'all dancing at bars during the pandemic. Why everybody's
Right.
hollering, we can't even get together as a family. You and her are out, no masks, mind you, just boogieing, you know what I'm saying, having a good time on the damn dance floor.
Yeah,
So it's
working and
not
jerking,
like
yeah.
this was a first time problem and now you're overly irritated and you're like, look here, let's get this corrected. Let's go take some dance classes and go about it. Y'all been he been dancing around you like you the damn stripper pole. So what's the problem? It was fine while you had other women to throw him on when he irritated you. But now that it's just you, miss, I'm gonna stick with you. I'm not going anywhere. Then that's what you did. That's what you wanted. That's what you did.
Right. Right. Well, I mean, I think
Smile and look like you love it, boo.
that's also that's also part of the reason why a lot of the audience, as much as Robin tries to garner sympathy from the audience by saying that Cody did this or Cody did that, the reason why the audience doesn't pity her is because not only is this what you wanted, but you stepped over a whole lot of souls to get there. You know
Right.
what I mean? You were stepping over bodies to get to where you say that you're not happy at. So all that is not only for naught, but you cause all kinds of damage to folks to be right where you're at. So no, I don't necessarily feel bad for you. I mean, because nobody
Not,
tricked you into this. Like she did try to
not
say
one iota. I
that.
feel like this. She scoped it out when the whole community heard of a family getting a show. She positioned herself to be the it girl that the family would go after. And at the end of the day, you strategically placed yourself at the head of that table. You won over Cody however you needed to. You swindled your way into this family that already had no money, probably didn't have the best of credit neither, outside of Janelle, but had no money, had no means, and you put you and your kids first throughout the whole thing. You didn't care who got destroyed in the process. You didn't care who got left behind. And now the end result is where it's at, and you want to play victim. Nobody's falling for it. And even those that you have played victim for this whole time have walked away because they sick of your shit too. So at the end of the day, like the only thing I can see that could turn this whole show around is if yes, the true redemption tour went on way and Cody started making amends with his children
Hmm.
one by one. And it was caught on film because you disrespected them on film. You need to apologize and get it right on film. That's just how I feel. Some other
Right.
people may feel like, hey, those should be private moments. Like the fans really shouldn't have to be in the middle of it. But me personally, I feel like if you disrespect me in public, your apology needs to be in public.
Right. Right. Well, I mean, the apology should be as loud as the offense.
There you
So
go.
I agree with that, and I would even take it a step further. Like to be honest with you, I especially with the way he did marry, because if we believe anything that has been presented on the show, Mary isn't just some crazy person who was stalking after Cody. He was, crazy is relative, but he was giving her hope that she would be let back in. So it wasn't
Right.
that she was just out of her mind and he was like, look, Mary, I don't want you. And she just kept showing up. We gonna be together, Cody. Like jumping out of bushes and shit. Like that's not what was happening. That's not what was happening. What was happening was he would get on TV and say, I wanted to go with somebody else, and I would be happy as hell if she just found another, go waste their time and be with them and drive them crazy because I don't want to. But then he would go back to her behind the scenes and say, yeah, girl, I just said that on TV because I be tripping trying to make the show interesting. I don't really mean that. I want you in the family. And we
Hmm.
just need to, this is what you need to do. I just need you to do these one or two more things and we can work out as a family and we could be together. And
Look, put your
so,
25% down for Coyote Pass. Just let's pay
yeah,
the property off. We can start building and life's going to be good. Yeah, he love bombed the hell out of her.
yeah,
And
yeah,
of course, she held on like the world's biggest fool. But I mean, I can understand why. I don't. I'm lying. I
yeah.
don't
Well, I
fully
mean,
understand
I'm
why
not
she
going to say
did
I
it.
understand why, but I see that if you want something to happen so bad, the reason why lies are effective is because you want to believe the lie. And
Right.
if she's in a position where she wants to believe Cody, no matter how ridiculous it is, she's just trying to find a rationale and a reason that she should believe him. And I think that
Right.
that's where she was. And I think
I
that,
think they all were though, because even
right.
Christine, like he said, oh, if we move to Flagstaff, it could be your birthday every day. They
Yeah, we
all
start all
believed
over.
the lies.
Yeah, at that point he was running
Um,
the line. But the whole
yeah.
thing is that if you did that to me publicly and made me look crazy publicly, then you need to apologize to me publicly so that if we start talking again and we become friends again, which I would not do, nor would I recommend that, Mary. But if for some crazy ass reason, you got to have some Cody Brown in your life and you want to be his friend, I would make him apologize to me in public so that people would understand that I'm not just following them around again.
Right.
Because you would never put me in a look. I'm one of them people, and this is prideful on my part, maybe even petty. I recognize that, but it's just how I am. If I get kicked out of somewhere, I don't ever go back. If you throw me out your house, I will never darken your doorstep again. I don't give a shit what's happening in there.
Yeah, I'm the
You know
same
what I
way.
mean? I just
Same way.
I can't do it. So if you put me out of a relationship or you out me like that, then there's no way I'm putting myself back in a situation where you could do that shit to me twice. I would, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I recognize that might be petty, that might be small, and it's prideful, but I just can't do it. I can't bring myself to do it. If I was married, I couldn't do it. We could not be friends after that. Like after you get on TV, talk so much shit about me that I'll be chasing you around and I'm acting crazy, and you know full well you was at my house last night doing
Right.
whatever, and you on here talk about how crazy I am and how I'm stalking you and making me look like a lunatic. Nah, we good.
Right. I feel
Come
the
on, we
same
can be
way.
friends. No, we can't. We can't never be friends. We're never gonna be cool again. That's it. That's it. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. You know. Sorry, I'm not sorry. How about that? But yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's
it just so my son had a incident in football practice, so he came in to tell me about it. But yeah, I'm the same way. If don't you let me know in public like you're not feeling me or I need to go or you try to embarrass me in any kind of way, I'm over it.
mm,
But I'm also the type I'll take it a step further. Fuck you, fuck your life, fuck your mama, fuck everybody around you. I'm
yeah,
over it, and I'm extremely petty when it comes to once I'm done with somebody, like I could walk past you in the grocery store and act like you part of the scenery and would have no problem with it. Like I have ex friends that'll come around and be like, "Well, when we were at a wedding and they were like, well, we share the same group of friends, so at times we're going to be in the same space together. Least we could do is be cordial and speak to one another." And I had to look at them like, "I'm not wasting my energy speaking to you. It's bothering you. It ain't bothering me." And I grabbed my drink and walked off. But
and I'm
again,
okay.
that that's definitely the petty in me. And in my ripe old age of 44, I can be petty.
Right.
I'm not people pleasing. I'm not doing none of that. And that's the part where I say I can never understand how Mary held on as long as she did. Standing on on the sidelines that whole 10 years being dogged the hell out because it wasn't like he only started talking trash about her in season 19. He had been
Yeah.
speaking up about her. He had been, hell, he told her to her face, "I'm not coming. What you waiting on me for?"
Yeah.
Granted, they were recording for the show, and we all know things happen in private behind closed doors that may not show out on camera. But the minute you told me that, boo, no problem. I'd have packed my bags, tore up my damn checkbook and been out the door. Run me my, like he said, your 25%. Run me my money that you owe me, and I'm out.
Right. Right.
She
Well,
stayed around playing the fool. So in a sense, I don't fully feel bad for her either. I don't feel bad for none of them. I'm gonna be real at this
yeah.
point because it was a solid choice that they all chose to do. Sadly, because this man is the father of their children. As mothers, I can understand wanting that connectivity and wanting him to be a father to your kids. I can wholeheartedly get that. But we can co parent and not have nothing to do with one another.
Right.
We
Right.
can co
I mean, I
parent and
think
have
that
separate households, separate lives.
that's a big part of it, though. It's just understanding the maturity of, you know, if I have a child with somebody, I have a child with them, but we don't ever have to deal with anything other than if it's not about the child, then we just don't talk.
Right.
That's just, you know what I mean? That's just a level of maturity. And it's not, it's not the mother's responsibility to try to hold the father into the situation.
Nope.
It's the
Not at all.
father's duty and responsibility to maintain his relationship with his kids, not the mother's responsibility to make sure that the kids are available to have a relationship and she got to heal shit. No, I don't believe in that either. So I agree with the point you just made as far as like you got kids together, but at the same time, what you're not gonna do, you're not gonna just get on TV and drag me and be like, oh, that was just for the cameras. Now, ironically, isn't that what Christine complained about Mary for? Because
Yep.
Christine said the reason why she don't mess with Mary is because they'll be cool in private. Then as soon as Mary get around some folk, she say
Yep.
some wild shit about Christine and make her feel bad. And me personally, I don't like, and this is just my personal thing. I recognize that, but I don't like hanging out with people who have duality of personality. Like I can't hang out with somebody and you one way when we with this group and you a different person when we somebody else. You know what I mean? I need consistency. Like if you an
Right.
asshole, okay, cool. I can work around. I can work with an asshole, but I can't work with a asshole and a nice guy and a nice guy and an asshole, and I don't know who I'm getting. You know what I mean? When I'm depending on who we standing around, if somebody walk in the room, or I'm cool with them when it's a bunch of guys around, but as soon as a woman walk in the room, all of a sudden he turned in the midst. I'm gonna try to make jokes about everybody. Like we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Yeah, no, that was the same complaint that Christine had when it comes to Mary. So I mean,
Mm,
it seems like they all kind of do it to each other. Because from
right,
what it sounds like, Christine has her mean and evil ways too that
right,
rubbed Janelle wrong or rubbed Mary wrong. But uh, who all the years of counseling that they had, honestly, I feel like other than learning certain therapy words, they're not safe. You know what I mean? Things of that nature. Therapy
mm,
did none of them any good, and they may need to fire who they went to and go to somebody new because deep down, I don't think none of them are fully healed. And
right.
unfortunately, like we tune in every week to see maybe hell, we all need therapy too at this point because we all tune in for what is the shit show of Sister Wives. I mean, we love it, don't get me wrong, but the more we dissect it, the more I think, like, why the hell am I even watching the show anymore?
Yeah, right. What
But
am I doing?
right. Some off of me for real, because I find this entertaining. But
Right,
it's annoying. So I don't understand. But I don't know. I'm looking at it like each episode that continues on this current season. I'm watching very closely. I'm listening attentively. But I'm looking at it like, where are we going with this?
right.
Because I know the climactic part cannot be the sell of Coyote Pass. Like I doubt wholeheartedly that's what this whole season is building up to. Like when
Yeah, yeah.
Christine left, we knew that was gonna be, you know what I'm saying? That was gonna be the build up when it came to that. When with Janelle, it was her cussing him out. We knew that was gonna be the build up. But now unless this the season that Robin truly leaves, or I mean, even if they did a wedding special, I know doggone well that's not what the season is leading up to. Because if that's what they're trying to do, this is a horrible way to do it.
Right, right.
I don't see where it's going. And then to hear that they're still actually filming, it's like, what the hell?
What are we
What y'all
doing at this
filming?
point?
Right. 'Cause like I said, it's still four separate families at this point. What will we see? The full construction of Tata Farms and the homes that Maddie and Janelle are building? Okay, that's great. But hell, I could see that on HGTV. Don't they
Right.
got a show like 100, build a home in 100 days or something like that? Like, TLC's not bringing nothing to the table that's going to keep the audience intrigued. And
Right.
unfortunately, I feel like we're at a stalemate. Even if they were to do a spinoff, I wouldn't see more than one show, one season moving forward. If it even continues. Like, I don't even see getting 13 or 14 episodes.
Yeah, it might be go the way of like a poly family where they do like a hot six
Right. And
and it
then
just
it
kind of
just,
peters out as soon as the numbers start tanking bad.
I'm wondering, like, where are we going with this? Because we are, I mean, they're so far behind in real time. We already know Maddie had a fourth child. We already know uh they're building a home. We already know, like, they planted flowers for their flower farm. Like, they're so far behind. By the time they catch up to real life, we ain't even interested no more.
Right. Right.
So it's just, to me, I looked at this episode like, okay, so where are we going with this? Because I quick thing, when we got to Texas and my daughter went to Whataburger, she likes her burgers with no condiments, right? Just meat, cheese, and bread, plain. And they
Mhm.
put a sticker on her burger and it just says dry. And it offends the hell out of her when she got it. But that's how I'm looking at Sister Wives now. That's the
Right.
sticker that's on the show. It's dry. It's just plain meat, cheese, and bread. That's all you get. And I'm like, where are we going with this? Can we throw some condiments in the mix? I don't know. I don't know how many more deep conversations with Christine and David I can take.
Right. Right. Well, I mean, even then, like I give them credit for having a like opening the doors to having a conversation about communication.
Hmm.
But even the conversation, and this goes for all of them, the conversations that they're having. This is also part of the reason why I had to say goodbye to 90 Day Fiance. Wrapping this up because the conversations they're having and the way they're setting their shows up, nobody has any real buy-in into the show.
Hmm.
All the conversations and discussions are things that nobody gives a shit about. This is like we're the equivalent of watching like two guys. Some people might call them nerds or geeks, but I mean it is what it is. Uh, Two guys arguing about who's stronger, Superman or the Incredible Hulk.
Hmm.
Like you can get as passionate as you want. Y'all can cuss each other out and get as animated as you want. At the end of the day, nobody really gives a shit. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? And the arguments and stuff that they're even having now, like howdy pass, who gives a shit? Everybody knows that they have to give you something. And because the
Right.
last place Cody and Robin, and I'm sure that they've probably fought to the last nail as far as putting their names on Cowdy Pass. But if push comes down to shove, if they went and saw an attorney, they said, "Look, if you guys don't give them 25% of Cowdy Pass, they're going to sue you for the money that they put into your house,
Right.
and you very well may win, but you're going to lose a shit ton of money. I'm going to be rich." I'm gonna get rich. The lawyer, yeah, I'm gonna get paid like a mug. Cause again, this isn't contingency fee shit. This is straight up you write me, stroking me checks out every week and filling the tank so that I can file more paperwork to try to keep them from getting that money back. So you'll spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to keep them from getting hundreds of thousands of dollars. So just go ahead and
But
give them
even
25%. You know what I mean?
but
And be
even
done with
that, are we going to get the true storyline? Like, are they going to tell us that it took Robin damn near 6 months for her to even sign off on the documentation?
it. Right.
Like everybody else, I believe the paperwork said signed in like September. She
Mhm.
didn't sign until damn near March.
Yeah, I think
So
I
it's
think he
like,
was holding out because if you look at the way he was talking about breaking the land up, he was determined to make it 5 lots. How many kids does
mhm,
Robin have? Like, you know what I
5.
mean? Like that was gonna be
Hmm.
that was their lot. That was her lot. So they went to County Pass first. She saw when they first went to introduce Arizona, Robin and
Hmm.
the kids had already been to County Pass. They
Yep.
picked County Pass. Robin and her kids picked County Pass. That was their land. That was never the family's land. And that's if you go back to season was like 14 when they were first talking
Hmm.
about going to Arizona. Because Mary was
Hmm.
sitting there and talking to them about the trip, and Aurora was all excited about seeing County Pass and how beautiful it was.
Hmm.
You know what I
I
mean?
remember.
And that
Yep.
was before anybody. That's before he even presented the idea that they were going to go to goddamn guy starring Arizona.
Arizona.
You know what I mean?
Like he pulled that out of his hat for sure because
Right.
he was leading Christine to believe that they would go back to Utah.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole time, then when, Dayton announced that he got into NAU, it was a done deal. Like,
Right.
oh, that was ironically, you know what I'm saying? And again, if for those of us who are, internet sleuths like myself, when certain facts are presented on the show that you can clearly tell the timeline for, anybody who has college age kids knows when deadlines are for you to do your applications, correct?
Right.
And
Right.
if you're over here getting acceptance letters, you at least know the timeline on when those are going to go out. So to
Mhm.
know like he had to have applied at least 2, 3 months before stated deadline for him getting his acceptance letters, like y'all been playing this.
Right. Right.
Y'all been knew Flagstaff, Arizona was where you were planning on going, especially if now years later finding out he also got into um what is the school right there in Vegas?
Oh, UNLV.
UNLV, thank you. I don't know why it slipped my mind. But he also got in, and from what I was hearing, it was a free ride. Like he had so many scholarships offered to him, it wouldn't have cost the Browns a ton of money to send Dayton to college. But instead of them staying in Vegas, and I'm sure a chunk of that would have been Robin probably would have lost her house in Vegas because she didn't pay the bill from when Dayton had his accident. And there was a
Right.
lien put on her house. So they had to hurry up, get out of it, sell it, do what they needed to do for, of course, Robin.
Mm-hmm.
But all of that, like I said, even the selling of the land, once you fast forward, I don't know how honest the show was about to tell us, right? We knew it was even an issue for Cody to even put everybody's names on fairly, supposedly. And even to have to hire a lawyer to do what's right, like you didn't have a problem taking my money to pay this damn land off. You dang sure didn't have a problem taking my money to pay the taxes on this land. But now when it comes to divvying it up evenly, and I don't feel that the way he did it was still even because him and Robin still came out on top.
Right, right. Well, I mean, he still walked away with money, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I think that they were inspired to do it because they were saying the lawyer probably told him, like, look, right now, you guys have a 1.6 million. Well, you had a $800,000 investment that turned into a $1.6 million investment, and but behind the initial investment that the ladies made to the McMansion, plus the capitalization of that interest from the time that they made that investment, the capital gains that they had, as far as like, so if the house doubled in money, if they each put in $50,000 towards the purchase of the McMansion, by the time they sold the house, you owe them now $100,000 because
Hmm.
the house doubled in value. So their initial investment was 50, you now owe them 100. So and with them, they also took out equity loans on the McMansion. So by the time you get finished paying them out for their initial investment into the McMansion, you guys will be walking away with nothing.
Right.
You understand what I mean? So it behooves you to go ahead and give them a little 25%. I know it's going to hurt. You're not going to like it, but it's better to give them 25% of Coyote Pass. You still retain 50% of Coyote Pass, and you get to keep the equity in the McMansion. So I think
Mm.
that's how the lawyer had to, probably sat him down. There was probably some crying and some glass breaking, but eventually I think they got through to him because you
I
got
mean, if you
like
really want to take it there, because even Janelle saying this season, the money that she gave them towards the house was a quote unquote gift.
right,
I know other content creators have touched the topic of, Cody should be investigated and go to jail because what they did was illegal. I don't, I ain't into real estate. I don't necessarily know how that works, but we all just seen how the Chrisleys went down. And it
yeah,
sounds slightly a little bit like some of the stuff that they were doing, as well as the ones from what is it, the Bravo, the Judices. I
yeah,
think they had something to do with a little bit of that too. But
in real estate. Oh,
for Janelle to just say, "Oh, well, it was a gift. It's a wash. I'm not going to get that money back." And I'm sorry. I would have fought tooth and nail. Cody, run me my money. I don't give a damn. Like, I'm not. Whatever happened with Garrison's estate has nothing to do with what I gave you to put into your money into that house. Therefore, you owe me that back on top of whatever I put in towards Coyote Pass. So, if you already hired a lawyer to get out what you needed to get out, I'm going to full stop. Like we can duke this out in front of a judge, or you could sign here and run me back what you owe me. It's plain and simple.
right, right.
If I
Well, I mean, I
really
think
wanted to put a 10 on it, I ain't never asked you for child support. You left, the last 2 years that Savannah was in high school. You didn't even get her a damn Christmas gift that year. So I'm gonna tack on some money for that too. Like
yeah.
I'm petty when it comes
But
to my kids.
what they're referring to when she says it's a gift, is that if you give a loan to somebody for buying a house, like say you're giving your kids money to buy a house, you
Hmm.
can't lend them money to buy a house that they're going to give back to you because that puts you in the first lien position as far as that house is concerned
Hmm.
because you're in on the down payment, so you're the first loan that they received, so you'll go in the first lien position. So if say the house for some reason they go into foreclosure, they have to pay you back first before the bank can get their money.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
why banks won't do it. That's why they insist that you call it a gift, that you gave your kids the money as opposed to lent them the money because they want to be in a first lien position. So best Janelle go. If Cody and them have a document that Janelle and them sign, then they're okay. If
Hmm.
they don't have the paperwork, then it don't matter that you called it a gift. Y'all called it a gift. I didn't. That's where that shit go. So you better
Yeah,
write that shit down somewhere. But
as
it might
much as she claimed to be the bookkeeper, I was like, Janelle is, and and it could be too. She's still grieving. And in her grief, she doesn't want to deal with Cody and his stupidity and the
right,
extra arguments it might take, whether she wins or loses in court for the money that she gave towards, you know, McMansion #1, shit chateau #1, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, no, that would have been my driving force. I'm a fight. I'm gonna fight tooth and nail. You gonna give me the money for the house? You gonna give me my share of the Coyote Pass? And in the end of it, I'll bend over so you can kiss me where the sun don't shine as I continue on with my life. But
right.
I mean, you know, they're different. And I definitely don't think he had any sacred claim to anything with Big G's neither. But if that was what was put on the table, Cody definitely needs his ass whooped. And I'm gonna say that till I'm blue in the face. Like,
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was
That
wrong.
man's just an evil individual. The woman he's married to ain't no better. And we shall see what's going to continue on happening because I'm definitely going to be tuning in more or less for these nights like tonight. But yeah,
No,
I
but I
don't know. We'll see
appreciate
where it's going to go.
you. Awesome. Yeah, yeah. We'll see where it's gonna go. Probably nowhere, but we'll see. We'll see. But thank you so much
Well,
for
it's been
calling in.
great.
I'm gonna do one more phone call, and I got to take off. But thanks so much.
Got you. Have a
All
good
right.
evening, James. I'll
You
see you
too.
in the comments.
All right. Awesomeness. Awesomeness. Let me do these super chats real quick, and then I'll do Linda. All right, unlimited lipstick with the $6.99 super chat. All right, Janet. Cody and Robin talking about horizontal desires. Miss Robin stiff as a board. Ew. At the lesson while Cody says he's slow to get things popping. What the fuck are we watching? Or what the F are we watching? What WTF are we watching? I don't know. Cussing, I guess. I did that. Yeah. It's weird. Like Cody's all like, "Come on, baby." She's like, "No, Miss Shy Gal, I'm shy and pretty. That's why I have 5 kids. You wasn't that shy." All right, let me pop this off. Then we have Nancy in the house with the $4.99 super chat. What did Robin do to make Ari and Saul so special? Because Cody general parents them while truly shoveled snow, poor things. You know what? At the end of the day, Cody has to be nice to Robin's kids because he wants to be in good graces with Robin. I think that's all it comes down to. I don't think it's anything other than the fact that if he rough handles Saul, Ari, Brianna, Aurora, or Dayton, then he's going to be on the outs with Robin. And she's sticking up for her kids. And this is not necessarily a shot per se against the OG3, but Robin is taking no shorts when it comes to her kids. Like she doesn't allow for disrespect or things to be done to her kids, whereas the other ladies, unfortunately, for whatever reason, the upbringing or they want their relationship to work or whatever reason they did it, they allowed a lot of shit to happen that, frankly, Robin isn't. Robin ain't playing that game, so you know it is kind of is what it is. But thank you so much, Nancy. And again, that's no fault of the children. And it's up to your relationship with your kids should not be contingent on your relationship with their mom. That's just dumb. That's dumb. And it's annoying and it's frustrating and it's insane that if you the only way you get along with your kids or treat your kids well is if you get along with their mom. That's insanity. You're a piece of shit, dude. Point blank. Thank you so much, Nancy. Appreciate you, Nancy. Then we had Darlene Hall with the $2 super chat. Uh, they have no other material. Facts, James. Yeah, we don't have nothing else to watch. And again, that's no disrespect to them. I just think that they've told their story. Like, this is it. You told the story that you have. You said your message. You said your piece. Now you have nothing else to say, but you keep showing up to the microphone. You don't have nothing else to relate to us. So they just what we're watching is we're watching people who have become accustomed to being in the spotlight, and they don't know how to go into that good night. They don't know how to let it go. It's over. This is like the weird part where you have somebody who used to be like super famous in like the 80s or 90s, and they haven't realized that they not famous anymore. Like that's the uncomfortable thing. Like, yes, I'm still an A-list. Like they don't even know who you. The kids don't know who you are. They never watched your show. Sorry, boo boo, your character ain't even. Somebody who gonna tell her? That's the weird part. But thank you so much, Darlene. All right. Linda, what's going on? I'm going to give you the last word. I give you 2 hot minutes, and then I got to bounce.
All right. Can you hear me? Because I barely hear you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So I'm coming in smooth as silk because I'm exhausted. I was volunteering at the Veterans Day parade every year, so it was cold. And I said, oh, let me unwind, and I see the show is on. So I'm just calling to say, you know how you always say interns are watching for TLC? So are content creators, because I was checking other people's things that were coming on my YouTube. Why are they saying what you said, that Robin and Cody look like they're going to renew their vows? The same theory you did about the dance lessons. Some content creator that came over my YouTube that I don't even know. Like, sometimes I look at, Reality Squad, Sarah Fraser once in a while. That's about it. 444 is reference. And that I'm like, oh my God. So everyone is taking your theories. I didn't write down, but I got these 2 females. I think one is a psychologist and I don't know what the other one is. Okay. They were saying how he's part of the manosphere. Didn't a favorite carpenter of mine say that? That it looks like Robin and Cody, every time you take dance lessons is when you're going to get married. This one content creator had all your stuff. And I'm like, son of a bitch. None of these mofos are original. You got to do less shows. I think you got people coming and taking your ideas, okay? You got people taking your knowledge and running with it, and I'm not having it. So I don't know. We got to become a secret society, James. I don't know.
Right. The secret handshakes, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I didn't watch it. I refused to watch it. I saw some snippets. Nearly threw up in my mouth. And what I did see is the dance lesson. So as soon as Robin says she's uncomfortable with something, Cody's ready to like grab his coat and leave. But I wasn't sure if he wanted to leave because Robin was protesting just a little bit too much, or he doesn't want to learn how to dance like a normal person, because when he was doing it, he was reading like he should. She's looking very grateful. And then he's saying, well, I'm going to forget it if they give me a second part, or I'm not sure I'm going to remember this. Right. I don't know. I think there's like a 9-year-old spiteful piece of shit stuck in this man's body. I don't know how all these women married him. I don't know. They were blind, dumb. Like, first of all, he was not that handsome as a young man. It's not like we say in Spanish, bajapante, which is, someone that's really going to rock your boat. Can't hold a job. Couldn't provide for everybody. I don't understand the mojo this man had, but it boggles my mind. It boggles my mind. But yeah, I refuse to watch another episode. I'll, put my 2 cents with the snippets. I couldn't bring myself to watch a full episode because I'm still detoxing from the first 3 that I watched. Because you made me, because you were so irritated. You to be hot and bothered and irritated. I'm like, ooh, I got to see what's going on. No, I'm not going to be nosy anymore. So that's it. So happy Veterans Day to any of my Take on Reality family that's a veteran. Thank you for your service. I go because, I have 3 generations of military service in my family. So I'm not going to talk too much. I got nothing to say except that, I don't know. We got to talk in code, James, because everyone is biting off you. And that's my story. And I'm sticking to it.
There you go. Hot damn. All right. Thank you so much for calling in, Linda. I appreciate you.
All right, darling. Bye-bye.
All right. Yeah, that's an excellent point. Linda brought up a good point. We're going to give hats off to the veterans in the house and the veterans around. Thank you guys for your service, guys and gals. Because you know what? And I will just thank take a moment. I'm going to take a step back. I'm not going to just thank the people who are in the service. I want to thank the people who are supporting the people who are in the service as well, whether it's family, friends, or whoever. Because when people sign up for the service and they go away to serve the country and potentially put their lives on the line for us, our freedoms, and our safety and security, they're not doing it in a bubble or on an island. Their families go with them too. Their hearts go with them to those places. And so it's important that we also recognize the sacrifices that they make in order to make it possible for these young folks to go do what they do. I've known some people who have gone places and they haven't come back, and I've seen the damage that wrought on the family members and even people who leave and go places, and the constant worry while they're away that they might get that scary ass knock at the door one day about, informing them that there's been an incident in Qatar or wherever, and their loved one isn't coming home anymore, right? So, like, we just have to take a moment, and when we have like these celebrations or acknowledgments of veterans, we also have to acknowledge that those veterans are supported by people who care for them, love them, and they too are making sacrifices in order for them to do what they do. All right, so big shout out to the vets as well as their family and friends who support them. Thank you so much for that, Linda. Thanks for reminding me to do that. And then for Unlimited Lipstick with the $2.79 super chart, truly got there's no crying in baseball. Yeah, right. Julie, stop crying. Now let me go over here. Saul, what's wrong, buddy? You my baby, Saul. You over so precious at his young tender age. Truly, you should have a full-time job. Why are you not at work? I'm the same age as Saul. No, you're not. Saul is a little baby boy. And Ariella, she's so sweet. So, but thank you so much, Janet. Appreciate you. Let me give you a little something. Hopefully, you don't mind me saying your name. She's like, my name is Unlimited Lipstick. So I'm saying my dang own name. All right. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate the call-ins. I'm going to have to end it there. Let me give a huge shout out to Carmel Cuties for keeping us entertained because we didn't have a whole lot of phone calls tonight. Linda called in with the last minute boom, boom. Molly Wops. And then, of course, we're going to thank everybody who called in, Sharon and all the folks, Tanya Kata up in the house. Want to also thank Mary H., Jody Periscala. Thank you so much for your support, Jody. Katie, Caddy. Hopefully it's Katie. I think it's Katie. Unlimited Lipstick, Nancy, and Darlene Hall. Appreciate you. Oh, yeah. How am I going to forget Megatron called in too? What am I doing? What are you on, James? But let me give everybody a little something. Plus the Mega Mod Squad of Lizzie B, Brittany Not Brittany, and of course, Carmel Cuties. Let me give you guys all a little something special. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I appreciate you. I appreciate your participation in the show. And again, if you guys are going to take some of the stuff that I say to other channels, don't forget to mention a brother. It's cool. I don't mind. Just, give me a little shine. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate you guys coming and chilling with me. What's going on to the TLC interns? Hold it down. Get that pot of coffee ready because you're going to have the early morning meetings to talk about what we talked about tonight. Tell them that they got to do better. That's what we as fans want. We want y'all to do better. All right? If you can. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Have a great night. That's my take. I'm James, and this has been my take on reality. And I'm out.